In Michigan, the dominant narrative holds that long prison sentences provide the severe, long-term punishment that felons deserve and protects the rest of us from them.
People who have committed acts of violence or other serious crime are cast into a category of other and considered fundamentally different from law-abiding citizens.
In 2020, Fresh Coast Alliance and Safe and Just Michigan set out to challenge this narrative.
Our From the Numbers project hopes to lift the voices of those impacted by the criminal justice system and change the narrative about people who have been incarcerated.
Hello, my name is LaWanda Hollister. 3 months after my 17th birthday, I needlessly took the life of another. I was sentenced to 40 to 60 years in prison. 3 months after my 51st birthday, I was released from prison. 34 years of incarceration because I was in search of. I have siblings, but I grew up as an only child. Everyone I met became mine. My friends, my teacher, even my mailman. I was sick with it. I claimed my first boyfriend at the age of 5, the then love of my life, after one brief encounter. I was in search of something, someone, anything or anyone that I could call my own. I was too young to still be living life as a child, but yet not old enough to be living life as a grown-up. While in prison, and unfortunately not being able to find that one ride or die person that I was continuously looking for, that one person that would hold me down, I turned to God and I asked why. Or in this case, why not? What I found out was I am that one person. I am that ride or die. I had to learn how to love me before I could learn how to love anyone else. God did not create Adam and Eve at the same time. He created Adam, which gave him the opportunity to learn his surroundings as well as himself. And then he created Eve, and they moved forward together. The one person that I needed to love me was me. I couldn't love anyone else properly until I learned to love me. And in order to love me, I needed to know me. The prison was overcrowded and noisy from sunup to sundown. The only place that you were able to be alone was the shower. So I took a lot of showers. I used a lot of soap. But my shower therapy gave me the opportunity to think, to dream, to create, to become the person that I wanted to become. I started planning date me days, spending time with myself instead of others. And the date me days involved me taking the time to really get to know my own likes and dislikes, the things that I wanted to do in life. I meet a lot of people who either like or dislike me. I cannot be persuaded by their thoughts. The one thing that they have in common is that they have an opinion of me. I've had to learn not to be persuaded by that opinion, be it the good or the bad. I have to do what is best for me, make my own choices and my own decisions. My path to redemption is about considering others, but always doing what is best for LaWanda. I'm healing. I still do my shower therapy. I still do my date days. But I've learned to move forward by learning to love me. Thank you.
So LaWanda, when you were sharing your story with us, you talked a lot about your past and getting to know yourself. But what's LaWanda doing today? You know, you talked about that shower therapy and being able to dream and, you know, have that time. So what dreams is LaWanda working on today?
Well, one of the main things that I did while I was incarcerated was cook. And I am legally a chef. And so I tried to bring the things that I learned there out here. And I'm working on becoming an entrepreneur. I have prospects for getting a food truck. And it's going to be a little bit more than a food truck, where we're doing the cook-ups, because it's institutionally inspired meals. I want it to be a stepping stone for other people that are reentering society. I'm partnering with several nonprofit organizations so that we are allowed to learn and be able to do the things that we simply don't know how to do. I've never filed taxes. I had a horrible time learning how to use technology. I'm still extremely frustrated with it. But these things are really hard to be able to do, and I want to make that transition for the people a lot easier than what I had to go through.
Thank you.
You obviously served a significant amount of time. That's 34 years. That's a long time.
That's almost as old as I am.
Okay, thank
Yeah,
you, Bree.
just a couple of years older than myself as well. Thanks for highlighting that. No offense, LaWanda. So obviously you've developed a lot of, I would say, good relationships with some of the women left in the prison, and these are individuals that will be a part of you for the rest of your life because they played such a significant role during those, I guess we could call it, primary chapters of life, right? And they helped with the shaping process. In the role that you're in now, having transitioned out of there to where you're at now, the inspiration and the hope that you give back to them, and living by proof that you can win the war over staying out, that you can get out and you can stay out, right? How does that motivate you in what you aspire to do now? Knowing the fact that they're watching LaWanda, they're being motivated, you're actually their motivation, that you got out. How does that help motivate you now?
Because I know what they're thinking, because what we're taught, which is true, while we're in there incarcerated, is that we're stigmatized. That because we have issues, that we won't make it because we're stigmatized. And I want that to be untrue. Yes, I am stigmatized. I don't want the worst thing that has happened while I have been living in my life to be all that I am about. I want to move forward and show that I am more than that. I want that to be seen by my people and know that they can move forward as well, that we can do this. We do a lot of things incarcerated. There is talent among talent. Everyone has a dream, and it can be fulfilled. It can be accomplished. I not only want to make it for myself, but I want to make it for them. And I want to make it for the naysayers as well, so that they will no longer have anything to say.
That's it. Well, you're just being a part of this whole project here. You're helping to change the narrative on how individuals outside of the whole criminal justice world, how they view formerly incarcerated people. And you've actually are living against the stigma.
I'm trying my best. It's
Well,
been
you're doing it.
extremely hard.
Yeah.
You're doing
It's
your
You're
best.
doing it.
Not
extremely
trying, you're
hard.
doing.
Yeah.
It's extremely hard. There are many challenges. There are many challenges. And I'm getting through it.
Let me ask you this one more question. Where does LaWanda see herself in the next 2 years?
I see myself bumping that truck and going from city to city and expanding and expanding and just being here and free and still learning, because it's still a lot to learn. It's still a lot to learn, and I enjoy the learning. It's difficult at times, but I enjoy the learning. And that's really, really what I want to do.
Thank you,
That's it.
LaWanda.
You're more than welcome.
Thank you.